Hi. What makes more sense of a photograph than looking at it very carefully and copying it and thinking about the stories that go into it? We've all got tons of photos, and at this time of year, Christmas, lots of people are thinking about family and looking at old photos and people who aren't with us now, either because they're no longer with us at all or because they're far away. And I just wanted to share a little exercise I've been doing recently, which is asking people on my email list if they would like me to draw photographs of people, well, photographs that mean something important to them. So here's one of the posts on my website. I'll just talk you through it very quickly. This one was sent to me by DH, who, as it happens, is a man. And it says, "This is me and my late wife, Sue." So this is a drawing of the photographs. I drew the photographs because I wanted to make it possible to anonymize the people in them. I don't want to show anyone, particularly on my website. They might not want to be seen, so that way I could get more of the stories behind the pictures. So DH says that this picture over here, let's have a look at this one. This one over here, I think if I zoom out and then zoom in, you can see it. That photo, which is in a frame, you can see the frame and there's some writing on it, and the frame in the original photograph is made of something like cork. So I tried to get something like the texture of cork in my drawing. That photograph was taken in 2007, it says, and the other one here at Land's End to John O'Groats, on a trip from Land's End to John O'Groats, was taken in 2013. And let's have a look. I zoom out and then zoom in on this one. That is David with his late wife Sue, and he said in his email that Sue was born in 1951 and died in 2017. Why am I telling you this? Because I never met Sue. I know D. I think I may have given away the first name, but anyway, I know DH somewhat more, quite reasonably well, and so to be able to draw this picture, it felt like quite a privilege, and I felt very lucky to be able to look at it. And I don't think it matters whether you know someone or not particularly, although clearly it helps, but to really stare at a picture while drawing a copy of it, it doesn't matter whether you think you're any good at drawing or not, but to stare at it and think about how is the drawing working out and what must it have been like on that day. So you can, I think you can sense that this drawing over here, it's quite sultry, it's clearly quite, why do I know that? I mean, it's very blurry. It's more blurry than ever because it's a low resolution image now that it's on my website and it's blown up. But in the original, which I can probably share actually, yeah, why don't I do that? Yeah, this is just to show you that it is on my website, but actually might be just as good to show you the original, so I'll do that. Gosh, what am I doing now? Okay, right, so if I go to here it is. So if I open that and then go back to this thing here, which open the Photos app. So this is the picture in the Photos app. A little bit higher resolution. Should be higher resolution, but can I actually move it around? Well, the original is quite high resolution. Oops, don't want to see that. Nope, that's my dog, my Schnauzer Peanut. That wasn't the idea at all. So let's just say, if I can go back to Safari, because what I really want to show you is some of the other posts very quickly, just so that you can see what it's like. Another of the ones I did a few weeks ago now. It's a photograph sent to me by DS with a note which I'll read below. I've been away for a few days, so I couldn't send you this earlier, and you are probably now overwhelmed, but I love your version of these. They've been in front of me all the time. I've been writing a book about my father. So this is the father of DS. And what I find really lovely about this photo is that there are the things that people do when they put photos in frames and stand them on shelves or whatever. Here is a picture of DS's father smoking a pipe. Forgive me for the low resolution, but that's just how it is with the coming through from my website and the low res online. And then over here we have DS herself with, I guess, her mother. And over here we have, who was that? I think that was the father again. And one thing that's right, and here he is again, this time in uniform. And I'm fairly sure that DS told me that these are grandparents. So her father's parents. And these little photos are tucked into the frame, and it seems like people do that quite a lot. And so I enjoyed drawing that one. See if I can find... Oh yeah, the man slipped into the central frame is T's father. Quite a strong family resemblance, I think. Oh yes, this is what DS said afterwards. You work so fast, wonderful, particularly the central portrait. You've absolutely caught the sadness I feel about him. I wondered how you would deal with black and white, and I'm impressed how you've introduced colour and used the reflections to make the flat pictures live. That's very nice. Yeah, so they were black and white, and I've used a colorizing effect just to do that, but that wasn't what I intended to show you. Here's one of NJ's father. 3 photos of NJ's father, which I'm really pleased that you can see NJ photographed these all together on a table lying down, so you can see the curl underneath the photographs, and they are pictures of her father as a boy on the left, as a new father with NJ herself on his lap at the top, and then bottom picture is her father with 3 young girls, more or less immediately, she said, after their mother had left. So that was a very touching story. I think about his life a lot and whether he's happy with the way it's turned out. Either way, my sisters and I would be a big part of the reason, which might be why I've never asked him. So she was very kind about that drawing. Now let's see if I can find the one that I was actually trying to find. No, okay. Here's another one. It's not the one that I was trying to find, but anyway, this is someone who has been lost now, and this is the late husband of Jay, who asked me to draw these 3 pictures of her late husband. Again, there's a picture of him as a boy. Not again, this is a new person, but again, there was in the mix a picture of him as a boy, which I think is really interesting that someone who was married to him still cherishes the picture of him as a boy. And I don't know, but I suspect they didn't know each other at that age. And then on the top right is a picture of them on their wedding day with one of the guests. Don't know if you can see that. And up on the top left is him later wearing his straw hat at a party, she said. And she told me that the photos have given her some comfort. Now there's another one over here. This one is a painting of Tom's grandfather. And here he is. And if you look closely, this is John Biggleston, Tom's grandfather, at the age of 80 on the first day of his master's degree in photography. You can't see it very clearly here, but that actually in his hand is his camera. World-class photographer, lecturer, one of only two Her Majesty's inspectors in the country for a particular award. He started his masters at the Arts University in Bournemouth. The glow and pride on his face is a joy. It's probably my most prized photograph of anyone. His masters faced a few delays due to health problems, but he really got going with it in 2018. He died suddenly, aged 84, in 2019, doing what he loved, putting up pictures. By that time, he had completed enough of his masters for us to submit on his behalf, and he got a distinction, posthumously graduating post-pandemic in 2021. We're all incredibly proud of him and his attitude to life, always learning. I was lucky enough to be his best man at his third and final wedding in 2014 in New York. That's a rather touching story, isn't it? With that picture. I think so. Now, if I can't, excuse me, the noises on my computer. Yeah, I can't find the other one that I was hoping to share, but I'll stop there now. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for watching if you've watched, which I see you have. Bye.